Every day we wake, brush our teeth, pour our coffee, and head out into the world, assuming we know exactly how to do these simple tasks. But what if everything you thought you knew about your morning routine, your posture at work, or even how you charge your phone is completely backwards? In today's video, we're diving into 10 of the most common things you do every single day, and revealing the surprising science that shows you're doing them wrong. By the end of this deep dive, you'll have actionable tips to improve your health, your efficiency, and maybe even your lifespan. So grab a notebook because we're about to blow your mind with some seriously counterintuitive facts, starting right now. Number 1. Brushing your teeth immediately after breakfast. You've always been told to brush your teeth right after you eat, but recent dental research warns that this habit can actually harm your enamel. Here's why. Many breakfast foods, especially fruit juices, cereal, and coffee, are acidic. That acid temporarily softens the calcium-rich enamel coating on your teeth. If you grab your toothbrush immediately, the abrasive action can scrub away those softened minerals, leading to increased sensitivity and decay over time. A 2017 study in the Journal of Conservative Dentistry measured enamel hardness after exposure to orange juice. They found a 20% reduction in surface hardness, which took about 30 minutes to recover once saliva neutralized the acid. Saliva acts as your mouth's natural buffer, restoring pH balance and rehardening enamel. So, the smarter approach is to wait at least 30 minutes after eating before brushing. In the meantime, rinse your mouth with plain water or chew a piece of sugar-free gum containing xylitol, which stimulates saliva production and helps remineralize your teeth. Keep a small bottle of water by your sink and a pack of xylitol gum in your bag. Sip and chew after breakfast, then brush once your enamel has had a chance to reharden. Number 2. Charging your phone overnight. Modern smartphones are marvels of engineering, but their lithium-ion batteries require careful handling. Plugging your phone in at bedtime seems convenient, but leaving it at 100% charge for hours can accelerate chemical wear inside the battery cells. Each time a lithium-ion battery goes from 0% to 100%, it completes a charge cycle. Batteries have a finite number of these cycles, typically around 300-500 full cycles before capacity degrades noticeably. Moreover, when a battery remains at full charge under high voltage and elevated temperature, like under your pillow, it experiences stress that further reduces its lifespan. A 2019 experiment by Battery University showed that maintaining a charge between 20% and 80% can extend battery longevity by up to 50% compared to deep charging to 100%. The New York Times technology section tested 3 identical phones over 6 months. The one charged overnight at 100% lost 20% of its original capacity, while the phone kept between 20 to 80% lost only 10%. The New York Times technology section tested 3 identical phones over 6 months. The one charged overnight at 100% lost 20% of its original capacity, while the phone kept between 20 to 80% lost only 10%. Use your phone's built-in optimized charging feature, available on most iOS and Android devices, to delay reaching 100% until just before you wake. Or, set a smart outlet timer to power off at 80%. This simple hack can dramatically prolong battery health and save you from early replacements. Number 3. Sitting for long periods without movement. You might think hitting the gym after work balances out all the hours you spend sitting, but science says otherwise. Extended sitting, especially without breaks, leads to a phenomenon called sitting disease, a term coined by health researchers to describe the serious health risks of a sedentary lifestyle. When you sit for long stretches, your body's metabolic functions slow down. According to a study published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, sitting for more than 6 hours a day increases the risk of early death by 19%. Compared to sitting for fewer than 3 hours. But the shocking part? This was true even for people who exercised regularly. Prolonged sitting lowers the body's insulin sensitivity, reduces HDL, good cholesterol, and slows blood circulation, especially in the lower extremities. One particularly fascinating study by the Mayo Clinic used motion sensors to track daily activity among adults. They found that light activity, like standing or walking just a few minutes every 30 minutes, dramatically reduced the risk of heart disease, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. Japanese office workers at Fujitsu implemented a 1 minute every 30 movement policy. After just 3 weeks, they reported improved focus, reduced lower back pain, and a measurable 10% drop in afternoon fatigue levels. Use a standing desk, set a timer to move every 30-40 minutes, or download apps like Stand Up or Stretchly. Even pacing while on a phone call counts. Number 4. Sleeping with the wrong pillow. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, but using the wrong pillow can cause more harm than good. Neck pain, poor spinal alignment, headaches, and even breathing issues can all be traced back to one simple thing: using a pillow that doesn't match your HA's sleeping position. According to the National Sleep Foundation, the optimal pillow keeps your head, neck, and spine aligned, so they form a straight line when you lie down. But here's where most people go wrong. Back sleepers. Often use pillows that are too thick, pushing the head forward and compressing the neck. Side sleepers may use pillows that are too soft or flat, causing the neck to sink and misalign with the spine. Stomach sleepers, the least recommended position, tend to strain their necks sideways, especially with tall pillows. A 2015 clinical study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that subjects using an ergonomic memory foam pillow tailored to their sleep position experienced a 60% reduction in neck pain over 4 weeks. If you sleep on your side, use a Keisho firm, high-loft pillow, and consider a second pillow between your knees for hip alignment. Back sleepers should go for a medium-loft pillow, ideally with a contour that supports the curve of your neck. Stomach sleepers? The best pillow is often no pillow at all or a very flat one. Try tracking your sleep with devices like the Aura Ring or a Sleep Cycle app to measure the difference after adjusting your pillow. You'll likely notice better REM cycles and deeper sleep phases. Number 5. Washing your hands the wrong way. In a world that has become hyper-aware of hygiene, it's shocking how many people still wash their hands incorrectly. Quick rinse? Tiny dab of soap? Maybe even drying on your jeans? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, proper hand washing should take at least 20 seconds, covering every surface, including under your fingernails, between your fingers, and the backs of your hands. Yet studies show that only 5% of people wash their hands thoroughly enough to eliminate germs. The science behind hand washing isn't just about soap killing bacteria, it's about mechanical removal. Soap molecules have one side that binds to water and another that binds to oil and grime. As you scrub, these molecules surround the microbes, lifting them off the skin. Water then washes them away. A 2013 study published in the Journal of Environmental Health analyzed over 3,000 participants and found that whilst 95% either didn't wash their hands long enough or skipped soap altogether. Worse, using hot water doesn't help. It can dry out your skin and doesn't kill more bacteria than cold or lukewarm water. Sing the chorus of your favorite song like Stayin' Alive or Happy Birthday while scrubbing. Make sure you lather thoroughly and dry your hands with a clean towel or air dryer. Avoid touching the faucet or doorknob afterward with your clean hands. Use a tissue or your elbow. Hand sanitizers are useful but not a replacement, especially when your hands are greasy or visibly dirty. Soap and water remain the gold standard. Number 6. Drinking water only when you're thirsty. I'll drink when I feel thirsty. Sounds logical, right? Unfortunately, this approach may already mean you're slightly dehydrated. Thirst is actually a shock-delayed signal. By the time your brain notifies you, your body may have already lost 1 to 2% of its water content. Mild dehydration affects more than just your mouth. A 2012 study by the University of Connecticut found that even mild fluid loss led to decreased concentration, headaches, fatigue, and mood swings. Participants who lost just 1.36% of their body's water content showed a noticeable drop in memory and focus, even though they didn't feel thirsty. Your body depends on water to regulate temperature, transport nutrients, and maintain cellular health. Waiting until you feel the need to drink is like ignoring your car's fuel light until the engine sputters. The trick is to stay ahead of the curve. Athletes often follow a hydration schedule, not just thirst cues. For example, marathon runners begin hydrating 24-48 hours and before a race. This reduces the chance of cramping, overheating, and early fatigue. Use the 8x8 rule, 8 8-ounce glasses per day, as a baseline, but customize it based on your weight, climate, and activity. Apps like Waterminder or a simple habit tracker can help. Try carrying a water bottle with time markers. Many find these a fun and visual way to build hydration habits. Add balanced electrolytes, like sodium, magnesium, or potassium occasionally, especially if you work out or live in hot climates. These help your cells absorb water more efficiently and maintain muscle performance. Number 7. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis, or does it? For decades, we've been warned, stop cracking your knuckles or you'll get arthritis. But is that actually true? Surprisingly, this common warning is more myth than medicine. Let's break it down. The crack sound you hear when cracking your knuckles is not bones grinding or cartilage tearing. It's caused by the sudden formation and collapse of gas bubbles in the synovial fluid, the lubricating liquid within your joints. When you stretch or bend your fingers, the pressure in the joint decreases, forming a cavity that fills with gases like carbon dioxide. This process is called cavitation, and the sound is harmless. In fact, several studies have found no connection between knuckle cracking and arthritis. The most famous is a decades-long self-experiment by Dr. Donald Unger, who cracked the knuckles of one hand daily for over 60 years and never developed arthritis in either hand. He even published his results in a peer-reviewed medical journal and was awarded the humorous Ig Nobel Prize for his work. However, excessive knuckle cracking can cause minor swelling or reduced grip strength in some individuals, especially if done forcefully. And in rare cases, it may irritate tendons or soft tissues. But arthritis? Not likely. If you find knuckle cracking comforting or stress-relieving, it's safe in moderation. But if you experience pain, popping in other joints, like knees or shoulders, or swelling, see a specialist. And if you want a better stress reliever, try hand grip exercises or a fidget ring to keep your fingers moving without the crack. A 2015 study used real-time MRI to record the moment knuckles crack, confirming the gas bubble theory once and for all. So the next time someone scolds you, hit them with the science. Number 8. Skipping breakfast to save calories. Many people skip breakfast thinking it'll help them lose weight. After all, fewer meals must mean fewer calories, right? Not quite. While intermittent fasting and calorie restriction have their place, skipping breakfast blindly can backfire, especially when it leads to poor energy levels, slower metabolism, and late-night binging. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people who skipped breakfast had higher blood sugar spikes after lunch, reduced insulin sensitivity, and reported higher hunger levels throughout the day. Breakfast sets your circadian rhythm and helps regulate hormones like ghrelin, hunger hormone, and leptin, fullness hormone. When you skip it, your body often overcompensates later, leading to overeating. Additionally, cortisol levels, your body's natural stress hormone, are highest in the morning. Eating within 1 to 2 hours of waking helps stabilize blood sugar and supports cognitive performance, especially for students and working professionals. A 2017 randomized trial followed 2 groups for 12 weeks, one that ate a balanced breakfast and another that skipped it. The breakfast group reported 25% more energy and better focus, and even a modest fat loss, despite eating more overall calories than the fasting group. If you're not hungry in the morning, start light. A smoothie with banana, spinach, and protein powder, or a bowl of oats with chia seeds can be enough. Focus on a mix of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. These keep you full longer and prevent sugar crashes. Skipping breakfast once in a while is fine, but making it a daily habit to cut calories may sabotage your long-term energy, performance, and weight goals. Number 9. Charging your phone overnight. Most people plug in their phones overnight and forget about them. It's convenient, sure, but it might be silently damaging your battery life in the long run. Modern smartphones use lithium-ion batteries, which are sensitive to wide heat and high constant charging cycles. When your phone reaches 100% and stays plugged in for hours, it continues receiving tiny trickle charges to maintain that full level. This leads to something called all battery stress. Over time, it wears down your battery's capacity. According to Battery University, a trusted industry source, keeping your phone between 20% and 80% is ideal. Charging to 100% regularly, especially overnight, causes lithium-ion batteries to age faster. And things get worse if your phone heats up under a pillow or lacks airflow. Apple introduced a feature called Optimized Battery Charging in iOS to combat this issue. It learns your habits and delays charging past 80% until just before you wake up. Similarly, many Android phones now allow charging limits or scheduled charging through built-in settings or third-party apps. And don't use thick cases while charging, they trap heat. Keep your phone on a cool, hard surface. Use certified chargers. Cheap alternatives can overheat or overcharge your phone. Try when charging before bedtime and unplugging before you sleep. Following smart charging habits can extend your battery lifespan by 6 to 12 months, meaning fewer replacements and better performance over time. Number 10. Multitasking makes you more productive. Think you're a productivity machine because you juggle 10 things at once? Think again. And multitasking is a myth, at least when it comes to deep, focused work. Neuroscientific research has proven that the brain doesn't truly multitask. Instead, it task switches, moving back and forth between activities rapidly. Each switch reduces efficiency and increases the chance of mistakes. A famous Stanford study found that chronic multitaskers performed often worse on attention and memory tests, compared to those who focused on one thing at a time. Multitasking overloads your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and concentration. This mental juggling burns more glucose, leading to fatigue, slower response times, and more stress. Microsoft employees who switched between tasks frequently were 40% less productive than their focused peers. And in emergency room settings, where multitasking is critical, even seasoned professionals made 5x more mistakes when distracted by side tasks. Try the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. Use apps like Forest, Unfocused To Do, or even a simple timer to block distractions. Batch similar tasks together, like checking emails or making calls, instead of switching contexts constantly. Do one thing with full presence instead of 3 things with half attention. Now that we've uncovered 10 everyday things most people do wrong, you're probably seeing a pattern. The smallest habits, done wrong, can have long-lasting consequences. But here's the flip side. Changing these same small habits can have massive positive effects on your life. Imagine the long-term benefits of sitting and moving with intention, sleeping smarter, not just longer, washing your hands properly, boosting your immunity, drinking water consistently and staying mentally sharp, and charging your devices intelligently and saving money, focusing on one task at a time and mastering your work. These aren't revolutionary changes. They're tiny mindset shifts, backed by science and experience. But when stacked together, they build momentum. And momentum is what transforms ordinary people into high performers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to stop making these mistakes. Comment below, which one surprised you the most?